Hello friends, my name is Anand and I'm a PhD student at IIT Hyderabad in Liberal Arts department. So if you talk about my discipline, so I did my master's in political science. Now I'm doing a PhD in a developmental study. This is a disciplines within the liberal arts because there are various departments in the IITs, and that's a normal structure of any IITs. And if you go to the other IITs, IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay, IIT other IITs, so their social science department would call as a humanities and social science, but in the IIT Hyderabad it calls a liberal arts. So within the liberal arts there would be different disciplines, anthropology, sociology, and blah blah. So this is the normal structure of social science department in any IITs. It's a slightly different than the central university or state university, where you will find that different departments such as political science, sociology, and anthropology, other kind of a departments, economics and all. So in the IITs, all these disciplines, means anthropology, sociology, comes under the umbrella discipline called the HHS in the some IITs, Delhi, Bombay and all, and in IIT Hyderabad particularly it calls as the liberal arts. So I am in the liberal arts department in developmental studies. If you talk about my own personal discipline, so I am trained in political science from University of Delhi, and my area of research here is on the work, labor, informality. Particularly I am working on the gig and platform economy, online gig work. So yeah, and in this video I'm going to talk about PhD admission generally in the IITs, triple IITs, and particularly of the IIT Hyderabad, like what are the other facilities IIT Hyderabad provides, what is the eligibility criteria, what are the faculties area of interest, how the PhD life looks like in the IIT Hyderabad. So coming to the PhD structure in general in IITs, so I would just say that in the IITs you would say that 3 to 5 years the duration of the PhD. Then there is a somehow restricted and the rigid kind of a system. Then you have to complete your PhD before like a 5th year or at last 5th year, and otherwise it will be difficult to if you just take more time. So this is a thing, they just motivate you to finish your PhD as soon as possible, 3 to 5 years. That's the structure of the PhD in the IIT. And other thing I would talk about the process of admission. So in the process of admission I would talk about the timeline first. So IITs take admission twice in a year, means winter intake or summer intake. Winter intake means January. January you just take admission here, come here, class starts, and the summer like from July class starts. And for the coming to the timeline, particularly for the January intake, you have to apply in November or December, and for the July intake you have to apply in March and April, kind of that. So it depends which IITs when calls the application thing. So yeah, and this is the timeline. Coming to the eligibility, so in the most of the IITs it has been trained that they ask about the particular thing that you have a 55% marks, of course, and second thing, do you have a net or not. So net becomes a eligibility criteria here. And of course if you have GRF, then your PhD will be funded by UGC. Otherwise there is, in the IITs particularly and triple IITs and others, some private universities, they have their own funding even though you don't have a GRF. So particularly in the IIT setting you will find that if you don't have the GRF, then you come here for the MOE, Ministry of Education scholarship, like I am here at the Ministry of Education scholarship. So these are the something which IITs provide, and you will not find this kind of a scholarship fellowship in the other central universities or state universities. And one particular thing I would like to emphasize, Ministry of Education scholarship is similar to the GRF, so you don't have to worry much about the fellowship amount or something. Main thing is that get into the IITs. Okay, that's the main thing. And apart from that, eligibility, these are the some major eligibility. In the technical eligibility for 55% marks, you should have net qualification. If you have a GRF, then great. And the other thing, what I would say, that they ask the research proposal. They ask about the 2000 to 2500. Some IITs ask the 1000 SOPs. I'm just talking about the particularly IIT Bombay, they ask about the 1000 word SOP. IIT Delhi somehow they ask, and IIT Mandi. So every IITs have their own eligibility criteria. Some IITs take the entrance exam and then interviews. Some IITs don't take entrance exam, only interview after your proposal, if the proposal gets selected. So these are the some general norms of the IITs, different IITs. So these are the things. So coming to the particularly on the IIT Hyderabad. So IIT Hyderabad is a recently second generation IITs. It is old but second generation IITs than the first generation like IIT Delhi, Guwahati and other IITs. And yeah, and coming to the particularly on the IIT Hyderabad liberal arts department, there are various disciplines like I will just tell. Anthropology is the first. This is developmental studies, economics, English, linguistics, psychology. So if you are applying the IIT Hyderabad, then you have to choose the which discipline your area of interest lies more. So in any case, they gives the priority something that in which discipline your area relates more. So you just prioritize thing 1, 2, 3. But I would of course say and suggest you just prioritize on the basis of faculties who are the working in the what area. So I will come to that also. So particularly I am going to talking about the eligibility in the IIT Hyderabad, how it looks like, and what are their expectations, and what are the faculty in which area they are working on. So coming to the timeline of the IIT Hyderabad, now its applications opens up in the March late and goes till April. So it's, I think you can just see that when it opens from the website. And coming to the faculties, so here the faculties are in like divided into different disciplines. So in the anthropology, faculty's interest would be health, education, sexuality, and in the developmental studies, labor, migration, environment, and developmental economics part would be also here. And in the economics, finance and other things, and in English, historiography, post-colonial kind of a literature thing, world literature, this kind of a thing would be there. You can just see this kind of area of interest in their PhD call for application, because PhD is your own work and your area of interest will match with the faculty's area of interest. So this is that. And coming to the psychology, so they take a student who's interested in the organizational behavior, social psychology, mental psychology, medical psychology, and disability studies. So these are the things which are the mainly covered in the IIT Hyderabad. So I would just suggest that before do anything, just understand what is your area of interest, look the faculties, and probably you can mail them with the area of interest. Otherwise it's okay, it's totally fine. It's not a norm to you have to mail and then get into the IIT, so it's not a norm. And apart from this, I would just say that what are the facilities IIT Hyderabad provides here. I would say in every IITs this is a norm that if you are going for any conference abroad, so they give certain kind of money which is around more than 1 lakh 1.5 lakh rupees for the, especially for the conference, internationally or national conference. And another thing I would talk about the life in the IIT. So it's little bit difficult, I would confess, to enjoy so much mobile freedom. Like if you want to go somewhere, then of course you have to talk to the your supervisor. Okay, look, I'm going here, I'm coming there. So there the relationship within a student and the supervisor is like so compact in the IIT settings. Okay, so this is the things. And coming to the coursework, so when you come here, then your coursework is start for 1 year. After that comprehensive exam will happen, and just comprehensive, after the comprehensive exam with taking the 4 month or 2-3 months gap, then a research proposal seminar will happen in which again you defend the research proposal. So this is the something which comes here. And if you are like a student who has to go for the field work, then of course after the research proposal seminar you go to the field work and do your field analysis, write the thesis, something like that. If you are not a qualitative student, quantitative student, then you can work from here. So in the IITs there is also like a setting called a lab. So here we also work in the lab. Lab means not we just research in some instrument, but in the IIT setting it's with a reading room called a lab. But it depends upon what is the relationship with you and the supervisor. Here it totally depends upon the supervisor thing, how it goes and doesn't goes. So these are the some things which I wanted to highlight things. And different disciplines in the IITs, they ask about the different word limit of the research proposal. So particularly in the IIT Hyderabad, you just apply the form. When you get selected, then they just ask for the submitting the research proposal and CV. And according to the research proposal and the CV, in the particularly I would talk about the developmental studies, they ask about 1500 to 2500 word limit of research proposal, very crisp, very to the point, introduction, review of literature, your research question, and after the research question, methodology, then of course reference. So these are the some sort of thing which is required. They don't want like a full lengthier kind of a research proposal. They want a very crisp, so that they can have understanding that okay, you are working in this area, so your area of interest and the understanding about your own domain is so clear. So only they want this. And don't worry so much about it. Anyhow, you are going to take a coursework here. They will teach you the quantitative methodology, qualitative methodology, different kind of courses with your supervisor. And then after the first year, you will just start working on the PhD thing. So these are the something. And in some other IITs, I would say that, as I mentioned in the video, some IITs have a different structure. So like IIT Bombay, they want a SOP. Some IIT, they only want the research proposal. So yeah, and I would also suggest to the viewer who are just watching this video, so go through the understand your research interest area, go to the website and search it, who are the professors who are working in that area, and just according to that you apply. And apart, in addition to the IITs, also look for the triple IITs. Some triple IITs are very like good and flourishing though. So in my area of research, I work on the gig and platform economy. So triple IIT Hyderabad, triple IIT Bombay, no sorry, triple IIT Hyderabad, triple IIT Bangalore, triple IIT Delhi, these are the IITs, triple IITs who are working very good in my area of interest. So just figure it out, what is your area of interest, where you want to go. So these are the something which I wanted to convey you, and these things. And coming to the cons of the IITs, this I just told you what is the benefits. Coming, I would also like to just share my own personal opinion, the life in the IIT. So it's a basically a technical institute. So you may some feel like sometime like okay, whatsoever I had an experience in central universities, like if you're coming from DU, JNU, their social science environment will be a little bit different than IITs. But these are the something you have to just do the trade-off. But I would say that the research ethics, rigor, you'll find good in the IITs. It's my personal like belief and the personal my journey. So yeah, would be happy here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and of course please subscribe to the Vikas channel. Thank you so much.